Anthony Richardson, quarterback from Florida. If Anthony Richardson works out, this is going to be one of the best quarterback workouts ever, right?
Dude, he's going to be a super athlete if he actually doesn't test everything. Like, I mean, he might run in the 4.4s. Like, he's going to be explosive as hell when he does jumps. Like, his three cone and all that stuff could probably be pretty good. Like, he is one of the best athletes we've seen at the position. Like, I guess Fields is pretty comparable recently, and like since Cam, that's probably about it. Like, it's those two guys, and just in terms of like physical skill sets.
Yeah, I mean he's one of these guys that you create in Madden and try to mold into uh a real X factor quarterback. But if I was Anthony Richardson, I would really see no reason not to work out here. I with combine training and the way that athletes prepare for this singular event, I don't see why you couldn't run in the 4.3s. Um, just based on, I mean, we've seen him multiple times run away from entire college defenses. It made guys a lot smaller than him look slow. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him run in the 4.3s. And then once you get into the throwing drills, all you got to do is just show off that you have a pitcher arm and you can really fling that all around the field. So I think that if he tests and is in shape and goes to the boardroom and has shown progression there and is able to impress the teams, I think we might start hearing like some legit number one overall pick talk for him. Kind of in the same way that we did hear about Josh Allen back in his year, where you look at production and some of the stuff and it's not clean, but the skill set is really hard to ignore when you're thinking about NFL coaches and their ability to potentially mold something out of this.
Yeah, if he handles business at the combine, I think especially like in meetings and stuff, because I think when you watch the film, there like are some inconsistencies, only a 1 year starter, but like if he kills it on the whiteboard and like in meetings and like teams really like him, like there really is no reason he shouldn't be considered one because like if you're that kind of athlete and you can actually prove yourself on the whiteboard and prove that maybe some of the inconsistencies at Florida were just like product of circumstance, then like I don't know, man. Like you're gonna be something else because, like, for as much as I like a guy like C.J. Stroud, at quarterback, the ceiling for Richardson is just it's Josh Allen. Like like it feels crazy. Like we're gonna do this with every guy that looks like this, but like that legitimately is what you're shooting for.
Yeah. On the opposite end of the spectrum, Alabama quarterback Bryce Young, decidedly not 6'4", 240. Um, and I think that this is probably going to be one of the biggest moments of the entire combine, like just his weigh in. I don't know if he's going to run or throw or do the other tests, but uh, his weigh in number is going to be crucial. How big of an impediment? I know we talked about this with Nick Tice last week, but one, how big of an impediment is his size as his NFL projection goes, and then two, what size do we actually expect him to be next week?
I mean, I think it's pretty bad because I think like I mean, you can start with just height. Like I think in terms of height, like height is almost always for quarterbacks going to inform play style. And I think Young does like an okay job playing from the pocket in college and stuff, like probably a little bit better than like even Kyler Murray did, but like once you get to the NFL, it's just going to be a little bit different. Like guys are bigger and it's just going to be a little bit harder. And I think he already is kind of naturally a guy who wants to get outside the pocket because when you're 5'10", it's just easier to see when you're outside of the pocket. And I think that play style is going to be really hard for him because, like, he's a nice athlete, but he's not Kyler Murray. He's not what Russell Wilson was. Like, he's closer to like an Alex Smith type athlete, which is fine. But like when you're talking about a guy who might go first overall, that's not enough, in my opinion. And then in terms of weight, like I'm expecting him to be around like 190, 195 because he'll probably try to bulk up a little bit for the combine and stuff. But like if he's anything under like 205, I'm really concerned. Not even just for like, one hit is going to take him out and he's going to snap a knee or something like that, but just like it's really hard to take years and years of punishment at the NFL level when you're under 205 pounds. Like we're already seeing it with Kyler Murray. Like Kyler Murray is constantly banged up and he's even thicker than I think Bryce Young is probably ever going to be. So that's really my thing with Bryce Young is like, I think in the short term, he could be a really good player. It's just the long term is like, it's so hard for me to envision him being a high level player 7 years from now.